That's probably plenty of whipped cream. Oh, Davidson needs some whipped cream. Okay, hold it upside down.
I do it as a truck.
Good?
No. Yeah, that's good. That's good.
That's good. That's good.
Me!
That's
enough.
That's enough. I know you don't really need it. All right, baby.
Just looking at the top.
David and Bathsheba. It was the time when kings go forth to battle, and David sent Joab, his general, and his servants with him. And they destroyed the children of Ammon, and besieged Rabbah. But David remained in Jerusalem. One evening he arose from his bed and walked on the roof of his place. What? Didn't we already, we already read this one, so now we got to do David judges himself?
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
So David judges himself. Nathan came and said to him, there were two men in one city, one rich and the other poor. The rich man had many flocks and herds, but the poor man had nothing except one little ewe lamb, which he had brought and reared, so that it grew up with him as his child. It ate from his hand and drank from his cup, and he carried it in his arms, and it was like a daughter to him. And a traveler came to the rich man and asked for a meal. His host spared his own flocks and herds, but he took the poor man's lamb and killed and cooked it for the wayfarer. When David heard this, he was very angry, and he said to Nathan, as the Lord lives, the man that has done this thing must surely die, and he must refund the value of the lamb 4 times over, because he did this thing and had no pity. And Nathan said to David, you are the man. The Lord God of Israel has given you so much. Why have you disregarded the commandment of the Lord and done evil in his sight? You killed Uriah the Hittite with the sword of the children of Ammon, and took his wife to be your wife. David said to Nathan, I have sinned before the Lord. Nathan said, the Lord has forgiven your sin, and you shall not die. But because this dead has given rise to talking among the enemies of the Lord, the child that has been born to you will surely die. Having said this, Nathan went back to his own home. The child of Bathsheba and David fell sick, and David prayed to God and fasted and lay all night on the ground. He would neither eat nor drink, but on the seventh day the child died. The servant of David were afraid to tell him that the child was dead, for they said, while the child was still alive, he would not listen when we spoke to him. So how will he be when we tell him that it is dead? But David saw that his servants were whispering together, and he knew that the child was dead. And he asked them if it was so, and they said, he is dead. Then David rose, washed and anointed himself, and changed his clothes, and came into the house of the Lord and worshipped. You better try one of those before you take a bunch, Zeke. Try it. You don't even eat these. Yeah. Then he went into his own house, and when he required that set bread before him, and he sat down to eat. The servants asked him, how is it that you fasted and wept for the child while it was alive, and now that it is dead, you get up and eat again? He said, while the child was still alive, I fasted and wept, for I thought, who can tell whether God will be gracious unto me and allow the child to live? But now that he is dead, why should I go on fasting? Can I bring him back again? I shall go to him. but he cannot return to me. Then David consoled Bathsheba, his wife, and in due course they had another son whom they called Solomon, and the Lord loved him. So, he did a terrible thing, right? He screwed over Uriah, took his wife, and got punished.
David?
You don't break the commandments.
David?